Beneath a still moon, a blaze of such ferocity, it is almost filmic. A vision as near to hell as could be imagined, as the flames soar through 24 floors, engulfing all in their path. The warnings this building was a fire trap apparently went unheard, but it was impossible to miss the screams of those begging to be saved from it. As the debris began to fall, those trapped on upper floors were told to stay inside their flats. But their fear of being lost in the flames sent them to the windows. Silhouettes of desperate men, women and children battling for the last to escape, trying to remind people that they were still there.
There's a family there, there's a kid. Oh, he's right there, oh, there's another one.
We saw people looking out the window, screaming help, help, flashing their lights and everything. And now all those windows, people are gone, literally gone.
No, I saw one person trying to jump out, one actually jump out, and obviously what happened, it's just a nightmare.
Those who were able to escape fell into nearby streets, barely able to comprehend what they'd just gone through and what others were still going through. The smoke which logged their homes logged their lungs, leaving many struggling to breathe. For the children, a chance to sleep, or at least a chance to close their eyes on the horror. Around 600 people lived in Grenfell Tower. Those who survived have been left with quite literally what they stood in the street in. The break of day did nothing to ease the horror of the night. Some people had managed to survive inside for hours, their shouts and waves for help finally heeded. Others described how mothers resorted to throwing their children to safety.
A lady appeared at the window, gesturing, body language, from what she was saying, I'm about to throw my baby, please catch the baby. And the baby, I think, was wrapped in some sort of bedsheet blanket, and she threw the baby as the baby came down. And this was about approximately from the 9th or 10th floor. A member of the public, a gentleman, ran forward and miraculously grabbed the baby. And like I said, above you, from the left, from the right, mostly kids, it was harrowing, torturing screams for help, young kids. And I could also, where the fire was now spreading, people were reaching out from the front window, trying to grasp a bit of fresh air, trying to breathe. They looked like they were struggling. And there were, at one point, one window, about 4 or 5 heads all squeezing their heads through. It was honestly like a horror movie.
Some had knotted sheets together to escape, willing to fall the last floors in the hope of escaping the flames.
There was debris flying everywhere. There was children banging on windows. You know, you could hear women, men screaming, shouting out for help. And I mean, when the fire got to its peak point, I could actually hear a man screaming, and then all of a sudden the screaming just stopped.
So many people here have no idea what's become of their families, and they wait on the street. Perhaps there is some solace in shared suffering.
I have my brother-in-law and his wife and 3 children. They're still missing. We're looking for them.
What floor were they on?
21st.
And how old are the children?
21, 15, 8 years old.
Have you heard anything from them?
No.
But they were home last night?
Yes. My sister-in-law, she was there. She lives in same block, and she is in the 9th floor. And she called him. She said to him, just get out from the house. And he said to her, no, they said I have to stay inside.
More than 200 firefighters are trying to find answers for those families. They've worked in conditions rarely experienced and must now trawl the building for those who've died. They will then try to find out what caused this fire. How it took hold so quickly is occupying many minds. Some blame the cladding recently added in a refurbishment, whilst others question the advice not to try and escape.
One of the things we will be looking at is the rapid fire spread and the speed, obviously, and the growth within the block itself. But that will certainly form part of our investigation post the initial phase that we're in now.
Just 24 hours ago, this place was home to 600 people. In the days ahead, we will discover just how many of the lives lived here were also lost here.